Alright, so next one we're looking at is page 207, and this is question 11. So the question states, in shorthorn cattle, and code color shows a lack of dominance. So we're looking at shorthorn cattle, and it said there's a lack of dominance. So this is what we call incomplete dominance. So any question we've looked at before, one has been dominant over the other, but in this case not so much. It says the heterozygous condition is roan. Now roan's kind of an orangish colour. So show the genotypes and phenotypes of the progeny, so that the progeny simply means offspring. For each of the following crosses, A is a red male and a white female, and then B is two roan parents. So we'll do our index as always. So I'm going to use ours because it says that one of the parents is red. So if we said capital R, that will give us red. Our small r, that would give us white. Now normally we would say here that capital R is dominant over small r, so the heterozygous condition would also be red. But in this case, it tells us that there's incomplete dominance, which is pretty much they fight it out, and instead of one winning and one losing, it's a mixed condition. So capital R, small r, the heterozygous condition, it tells us in the question is roan. Okay, so in the question we're looking at a red male and a white female for the first part. So we'll do our normal steps, so our phenotypes. So we're talking red male being crossed with a white female, so a red crossed with white. We'll fill in our genotypes. So our red is going to be capital R, and our white is going to be small r. Same as always then, next our gametes. So the only thing this can pass on is a capital R. The only thing that this one here can pass on is going to be small r. Our Punnett square we don't really need, so we're just going to combine the two together and just put in our offspring. So our capital R comes together with our small r, and we're left with capital R, small r. That's going to be the genotype. And then the colour then for capital R, small r, looking back at our index, is roan. And this is 100% of the offspring. Part B of the question, it says two roan parents. So part B, phenotype again. So we have roan crossed with roan. Genotype then of both of those. Roan at the top here, we have capital R, small r, crossed with capital R, small r. From there we look at our gametes. Our gametes in this case, we're going to have capital R, small r, crossed with capital R, small r. So circle around these so they stand out a little bit first. From there we're going to have a look at our Punnett square. So Punnett square, as I said previously, it doesn't actually make any difference which ones you put along the top, which ones you put along the side. Once you combine the two, that's all they're looking for. So capital R, small r, then on the side capital R, small r. Always use a ruler, just keep it neat and tidy just so the examiner can see it, and then at least you can make sure you're going to pick up all the available marks. The last thing you want is really kind of messy outcome at the end. So capital R, then we have capital R, small r, capital R, small r, and then finally the last box is small r. So in this case here, the offspring that we're looking at, actually we better call it the progeny because that's what they're calling it in the question here. So the progeny. Genotypes, we have capital R, small r, and then small r. So we'll just quickly go through the percentages. So capital R is 25%, capital R, small r is 50%, and then we have small r is 25%. Our 25% capital R is going to work out to be red. Capital R, small r is going to be roan. And then small r, this one is going to be white. Okay.